Ladies and gentlemen, Nagarik Nayak 2080, Monty Desai.
Okay. Thank you so much.
So congratulations on being Nagarik Nayak.
Well, I don't know what to say at the moment, to be honest.
First things first, 11 wins out of 12 in the ICC CCL2 to get us a place in the World Cup qualifiers, and unbeaten in the ACC Premier Cup. Are you happy about the wins or disappointed that you lost one?
I mean, it's a sport, right? So you have to be realistic in sport. You will obviously lose some games as well. I'm happy for the fact that we have created a good mindset. We have created a mindset of fierce competitor. And I'm happy for the fact that everyone is deep diving into their roles and trying to understand their deepest identity.
When you started your tenure 3.5 months ago, and you were given this opportunity, this humongous task, uphill task, impossible, one would say. I told you, like ESPN Cricket Info had given us a 0.3% chance of qualifying, right? Did you actually think it was possible? What was your mindset like? How were you looking at setting a target for yourself?
Look, I mean, obviously I was doing a bit of homework with previous coaches as well. Also speaking to the players, what's going on in the last couple of years. And I'm a realistic person, so I needed to understand where I'm heading, what task been given to me, and what are the expectations. So I've said this a couple of times, I'll say it again over here. Can management was realistic in the fact that even if we were not able to achieve this ODI status, they wanted me here for the long term, which means that it gave me a good head start. I was excited about the fact that we could both come together and create a vision and chase that vision.
Now, 2 words that we've heard as your founding principle in your approach towards coaching this team. 2 simple words, happy dressing room. What does it entail, and how have you been able to accomplish that?
Well, 3 simple words, like we said, happy dressing and room. The story is long, I don't know how much I can explain, but I come from a background of in my family, my mother was teacher, so she obviously taught me long back and hammered it in my brain, that in my mind, to ensure that I always look for good and great things. And this is how it has happened. You know, I've been privileged, I've been lucky enough to share many dressing rooms, and I've realized that to get the team in the right direction, the first important thing is to be happy. You know, and when we talk about being happy, anyone who has played sport, and I'm sure all of them over here, and all of you over here, in your youth, in your young days, must have played some sport and some game. When you play that, you just play for the pure joy. It's only that when you get to the highest level, the platforms, the expectations, sometimes the burden of expectations takes away that joy. And I wanted to ensure that I instill that joy first. That's where the happy comes from. The dressing comes from the fact that you are not just looking at the physical side of the game, but also the mind. So I wanted to ensure that I keep dressing the mind. And that happens in a room, which is a holistic room, happy dressing room.
When you came, Nepali cricket team was going through a rough phase. A transitional phase, of course, but a real rough patch as well. The legends of the game were retiring. Bench strength probably was there, but no one was actually performing. What were the things you initially worked on?
Well, the first thing is to obviously understand, right? Understand what's going on over here. And for me, just the first-hand visuals, the observation of the skills, and you could very clearly see, and my past experiences over here with Nepal Cricket has been that there are a lot of players who have put in a lot of effort. There's a lot of players actually self-manage themselves. I don't think we have a massive, setup in terms of academies and infrastructure, but it's pure. They chase the dream. They are self-motivated. So for me, I wanted to see if that was still there, if that motivation was still there. And the mindset, pure mindset of training sincerely and training hard. I was happy to see that it was still there. And for me, after that, it was just ensuring from my role to show them their potential. And that's where it is at the moment.
So last time you came in as a batting consultant, I think you also closely worked back then with the then under-19 coach, Binod Das, as well. And a lot of those players are featuring in the team right now as well. The team that you saw back then and the team that you see now, even in terms of the senior men's team or the under 19 team that you saw last time that are featuring in the senior squad right now, what is the difference?
Uh, I mean, the under 19 boys obviously have grown. They have achieved a little bit of exposure from few years that they have participated with the senior team. And the senior players, I guess, they have grown with more experience. Let us understand one thing: with associate cricket, you don't get massive exposure. It's just that with Paras and the other seniors who were participating and playing in that tournament in 2018, that's when you actually gained the ODI status. And this was a cycle where they actually played the most recognized cricket in terms of international cricket. So for me, the experience, the junior players actually have come together and have kind of put up a good fight. They must have not achieved, they must have not got all the desired results in the past, but it's happening now.
Let's get a bit technical then. What do you think are our team's strengths in terms as a batting unit, as a bowling unit, and what are the things that we still need to work on fundamentally in terms of our cricketing abilities?
Well, I mean, the latest results show that technically we are getting better with batting as well. I can take pride in that. But the fact that the history shows that Nepal has been a good side with their bowling. They have been able to put up some good show in the past with their bowling performances. And not to forget the fact that as we speak, Sandeep Lamichami has achieved the world record of 100 fastest ODI wickets in 42 games. So overall, I think we are now with the balance of ball and bat both.
So everybody talks about this turnaround, Monty, and I'm going to bring you back here. From losses to an unbelievable winning streak. And you've been asked this question time and again, and you've handled it diplomatically, it's like in post-match press conferences as well. So let me rephrase the question for you. Tell me in 3 bullet points, what was missing, what did we do, and how will we keep doing it?
So again, in this, you need the participation of all the members. It can't be one person who will be able to answer this. I can say one thing, that the honest participation from each and every representative, not just the players, the management, players, myself, bringing in the understanding of what is required to become a champion. So I would say that participation, that workshop which we did, where everyone participated for the fact that what the champion team looks like. And in that I was able to throw some good questions to them, that not just on the field, off the field, how the champion team looks like. And I think credit goes to all of them who participated in ensuring that they deep dived into their roles, not just on the field, off the field. And the bullet point over there is the behavioral goal. If you're given an example, only 11 can play in the game,
right,
but everyone wants to represent the nation. So how do you handle that disappointment, and how do you ensure that that disappointment is not rubbing off in negativity in the dressing room? So that was something which we addressed, and everyone understood what was at stake and what is required in terms of that individual person to handle his behavior properly. That was one which we were able to achieve properly. The other thing is, I would say, our blueprint, sincerely planning and preparing well, and then to ensure that we display that on field with a lot of courage. And if you see in a lot of games, we needed that courage. We needed that courage to just cross that line of doubt and show what we are capable of. And every time there was a new story which was unfolding. It was not just one person who stood up. And even now, I'm not able to script or express who all actually participated and contributed in wins. The prime example of that is the latest game against Oman, when we were 0 for 2.
70 for 4.
And right, we posted the highest international ODI score that Nepal was able to achieve. So for me, that is another story, right? I mean, Kushal Malla's.
Well, what do you tell him, like Kushal Malla, before he goes out to bat, right? He's 0 for 2. Two of your most reliable batsman openers, Arif and Kushal, who've been performing for the team as well, are back in the hut, then 4 down. What do you tell Kushal Malla? Somebody like Kushal Malla, the character that we know he is, right?
I've been able to understand him as a personality, and for him to bring out the real performance, he needs to be himself, that personality. And from my side, the message is only watch the ball, hit the ball.
Okay. So there's no sense of like you directing them, saying like you've got to hang in there. You just motivate them to go out and play their natural game, despite of the circumstances.
Again, there was a team work together. I mean, he had a high of performances in those tri-series, and then there were a few performances where he was not able to achieve it. It was declining. So we obviously digged in and we understood that there was certain pattern which was coming out, and he recognized that pattern as well. So he's a quick learner. As soon as he understood the patterns, he again was able to, follow his template, and the performances are there to see.
So, Monty, what is your relationship like with the Cricket Association of Nepal? We know that when you initially came in, Nepal Sports Council not giving you, like, not appointing you as the coach, and all of these hassles, like these organizational and this structural issues always remain. We know that players have had issues with Cricket Association of Nepal in the past as well. Coaches have had the same. You describe to us, like, how are you working together as a unit, and can we credit Cricket Association of Nepal and their endeavors or efforts to the success that Nepali cricket team has been getting recently as well?
Of course. I mean, I think, any results which comes out, it cannot be without everyone participating. Yes, I mean, you're a human being, you'll have certain expectations, and I have worked very professionally around the world, so I had put certain expectations when I walked in over here. But it's been resolved, I mean, I understood that the process of appointment and all that is different in this country. So I had to be a little patient as well. And look, we are all human beings, and I'm just drifting away from this subject because I think this is a great occasion where I'm inspired as well by 2 great stories before me. And while you guys have nominated me or selected me for this, I am still not able to understand, because I'm only 3 months old in this country. And the people who have contributed massively, a lot more, so.
Well, but the impact you've created in so many people's lives, all the cricketing fans, the millions of cricketing fans that are here who follow ball by ball, and now you give us an opportunity. I remember an era 20 years ago when how we used to watch cricket was just refresh the button and then we used to see 1 dot, 6 dot, from there to actually getting an opportunity to watch Nepal play in Star Sports, right? I guess that's quite an achievement. But Monty, the humble person you are.
We are on the journey, right? I think coming back to that question about Can, when you say that it's the constant learning of awareness, and I realize that this platform is huge enough for where I can express this again. And if you can keep our awareness in the right place and understand the importance of what's most important thing to be delivered, then everyone can put the energy in the right direction. At the moment, we should be proud about the fact that even though we are not perfect, we have been able to host a 10-nation tournament in our country. And I say our country now because out here it's a huge thing. And I proudly share these stories back home to the greats who I know personally. And I'm a student of this game, I have not played at the highest level, but I have loved this game deeply. And what I'm able to see right now is the story which is unfolding for all of us. And I hope that all of them support this young team. Of course, like I said, the contribution of the other side, what you all are doing in the country, is a lot more huge. But these sportsmen also need that support. They will probably, those youth is where you want to leave an impact. They will be the future leaders for you all, and hopefully they'll be able to contribute in lot more ways in this country.
All right, Monty, I have a set of quick fire questions for you, probably over 140. I'm going to deliver them to you at.
Our players need to start facing 140, so I should take those questions.
Well, it's about time, right? One player that you think could feature in the IPL, except the one that already has?
Well, I think few players can feature because they are role-driven.
The likes of?
Well, Kushal Malla is one of them, very interesting one for sure. I think Dipendra Airy for what he brings on the field and the crucial overs that he bowls. And when he actually performs with the bat, he's a perfect package, So these are the two players which straight away come in my head that they can definitely feature in leagues around. But when we talk about the leagues, I also want to ensure that they're first representing the country.
Of course. You go-to person for advice in the Nepali cricket fraternity?
At the moment, I think it is my captain. Although he's younger than me, but he understands what Nepal cricket is all about. And he's a very level-headed person. So Rohit is my go-to person.
Most emotional moment with the team?
Definitely that game which we won under fading lights. It was story in itself. If a lot of you people watched Netflix series, then probably that was one of those episodes of Netflix series, where so many stories unfolded within a day and so many players stepped up. Not just players, so many fans stepped up. I cannot forget, they were all there in large numbers, up down the tree, up on the wall. And in associated cricket stories, I've never seen this before.
So if this national cricket team, the current national cricket team, were to remind you of any team in cricket's history, do you have anything in mind?
I mean, even when I was involved over here in a side role, when I say side role in support staff, I mean 2015, I distinctly remember that when Pubudu was the head coach. And we were talking about stories. We were talking about stories, what unfolded in 1983 for India, what unfolded in 1992 with Sri Lanka. This is that kind of a story. So, I mean, I correlate to those journeys which starts off with stepping stone and then you want to keep on going up. At the moment, that's the way I'll correlate that.
Your favorite Nepali meal?
The Thakali.
Your favorite Nepali song?
Ratro Rachandra Surya.
So, all right, this probably is a tough one. What was more difficult, all these wins or acting in the recent advertisement you've been featured in?
Definitely acting.
Right, Monty, approach now. What should we do? Where should we go ahead in terms of, as a cricketing nation, not just as a cricketing team, or in terms of investing in infrastructure? What do you think are the next steps for us?
Yeah, it's a huge question in many ways because in 3 months, the things that I've been able to sum up, the detailings of the player's situation, and I mean, I don't want to prolong this too much. I have real understand that there is only so much that we can retain as information in one day. But if I share that some of the players have been sharing rooms here to stay in Kathmandu and practice, to follow their dream, to represent the country. And then obviously CAN management supports in certain ways that they can. But we do need, I have understood from CAN management, we do need a lot more support. A lot more fundings needs to come in for them to build a lot more infrastructure. Now we have 2 proper grounds, because we have been able to host this huge tournament. And hopefully that will also make a difference because I was able to see new pitch rollers coming in, super soakers coming in. And that is all part of the infrastructure. But we are still playing with 1 bowling machine in an indoor at the Tribhuvan University ground. And what I see over here, in sporting way, it's an inspiring story. Okay, but at the same time, I urge everyone who loves the sport in many ways to put across the message, not just for this sport, but every sportsman who is representing this nation, support them in every possible ways that you can. Through infrastructure, through some fundings, through whatever you can do for them.
Well, we hope that is delivered in the coming days as well. Thank you very much. Ladies and gentlemen, Nagarik Nayak 2080, Monty Desai.
I'll say it again that 3 months is too small, but now the way you guys have honored me, it becomes an even more bigger responsibility as long as I'm here to keep on putting the hard work along with the players.
And to present the award, I would like to request Mr. Chiribabu Mahajan, the Mayor of Lalitpur Metropolitan City,